We come to question 4. Question 4 is as follows. Computers play a very important role in hospitals and clinics. Okay, computer play a very important role in hospitals and clinics. Okay, so the first question in question 4 is question 4a, which is mention one input device apart from a keyboard that can be used to enter details of patients. Question 4a is mention one input device apart from a keyboard that can be used to enter details of patients. So the answer here for this question is 1. Keypad, 2. touch screen. Okay, as you know that we have got touch screen phones and also computers which are touch screen. So the medical personnel can use either the keypad or the touch screen of the device. Okay, so those are the two correct answers. You can pick one from those. Okay, we come to question 4b. Question 4b is as follows. State 2 uses of computers in hospitals. State 2 uses of computers in hospitals. What do they use computers for? Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 since they want 2. So the first one is for recording management at the pharmacy. So when there are deliveries of medicine, the computers will be used to log in that information. They will put in that information in the computer so that it can be easily accessed and easily stored. So they will store the records of the records that are recorded at the famous will be stored in the computer as well as being entered in the computer for easy access. The other one is to keep information for workers. So we know nowadays that our information as workers is kept in the computers. So even at the hospital, the information for the workers will be kept at the hospital. Okay, so it can be the duty rota, it can be personal information like the qualifications, the number of children, all sort of information that concerns the worker will be stored in the computer. It is going to be stored in the computer. Okay, so the other one is to keep the records of patients. Nowadays it's very easy, as you can see, most of towns where computers have been introduced, you will never see people going to the hospital with books nowadays. They just say the name and the data is given to the medical personnel. So the computers are also used to record the information of patients. Okay, so it will immediately, your name is given to the person who is handling the computer. He's going to have the information there, and then that is how the computers in the hospital are used to store or record the information of the patient. Okay, we come to question 4c. Question 4c is as follows. Give 2 ways of protecting records of patients stored on computers. Give 2 ways of protecting records of patients stored on computers. I know as for now you realize that informations that are stored on the computers sometimes are at risk of being stolen from the hackers. Okay, so how do you protect that information? And sometimes not only hackers, sometimes there is a situation that like the computer malfunction. Okay, sometimes it collapses, that everything needs to be deleted. Okay, so how do you protect this information? So the first thing you need to do is, one, you have a backup for that information. That is the first thing you have to do. You have a backup. When you have a backup, that means even if the information is not totally protected in terms of stealing it, but you have the second information in case anything happens to the computer that it lends it unrepairable, then that means that information is easy there. The second information, the same information on the second storage is there. Then the other point, when it comes to hackers, you can put antivirus on a computer. If viruses are sent to your computer and you have got antivirus, that means you're going to protect your computer, okay, and your data, because the computer is protected with the antivirus. And then if someone sends the antivirus, if sends the virus there, he will find the antivirus which will fight the viruses. Two, you use password. For instance, if someone wants to steal the information physically, okay, not remotely, but he comes to the computer and you want to steal the information manually, then you can put password. So if that person doesn't know the password, there's no way he's going to access the information. Okay, so I've given you almost three. So I'll give you the fourth one, which is you can also encrypt the data. Okay, you encrypt the data. If you encrypt it with the password, that means if someone has to decrypt it, he has to use a password, then the information will be totally safe. So basically, those are the four ways you can protect the information. Now remember, I've given you three under protecting your data from thieves. And the first one is backup, which protect your data, the information you have put in always from thieves, as well as from any unforeseen circumstance, like the computer collapses, there is damage to the computer, then the backup will be a solution to all the three I've mentioned. Okay, so please, these are the answers. Just pick two and write those two, and then you are fine. So even if you leave backup, but you pick from these three I've given you down here, and you pick two from there, those are also correct. You'll be marked correct. In this case, I've given you 4 options. Okay, we come to question 4D. Question 4D is as follows. Give one storage medium for backing up records of patients. Give one storage medium for backing up records of patients. So when you want to back up the information of the patient, one, you can use a flash disk. I'm sure all of us will know the flash. Okay, you can use the flash to put that information in that. Now that determines the size of the data and the size of the flash. Okay, majority of the data is not too heavy. The volume is too small, so it can be even backed up in a flash. And then you keep this flash in the safe place, because if you don't keep the flash in the safe place, that means the same flash can be used to store information. So you keep it at the safe place. You can also use external hard drive. You can also use the external hard drive. We know what external hard drive is. This is the hard drive that is not inside the computer. It can be mobile. It can be used to different computers. So those are two. Since they want one, I'll give you those two. But there are many. There are many. There is DVDs. There you can use CDs. You can use magnetic tape. You can use magnetic disc. All those things can also be used to back up the information. Okay, so please, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Remember to share easy to care. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we are down on our knees begging you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a target to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I know that is huge, but I believe in you, our audience, our subscribers, our viewers who are watching these videos, please, you can share with your friends and encourage them to subscribe. That's the only way you can pay us back, and we'll be grateful. We don't really need your paying back, but we need you to do well in your exams. But the subscription will be a motivation factor that will encourage us to make more videos. Okay, let's go to the next question.